Today I'm showing you how to make the world's best New York style everything bagels with a scallion cream cheese that is better than your favorite bagel store. All right, let's start by making the dough. Over here I have some warm water we're adding into our mixer, and now I'm actually using New York water, which is a famous thing for New York style everything bagels, which isn't actually the reason they're good, but you'll find out very soon. Then add in your sugar and whisk it up to fully combine to feed our yeast. Then sprinkle in your yeast, and we're gonna let this proof for about 10 minutes until nice and bubbly. Now we're gonna take it off, and we are now going to start scooping in our flour into here. We are using bread flour, which has lots of more protein in it, which is going to make us a nice chewy bagel with tons and tons of gluten. Now while we're adding it in, let's also throw in there our salt for some saltiness. You know how it is. And we're just going to keep on adding our flour, and then we're going to knead it together into a nice, really firm ball of dough. Lift it up, and now using the dough hook attachment, we are going to start mixing it all together and combining the flour, the water, and the sugar and the yeast to make a nice dough. Ooh, there's something so satisfying about watching dough come together. Take it out of your mixer, and you're going to dump it out onto a clean surface and knead it by hand for 10 minutes. Now, this is about to be a workout. This is somewhat of a tough dough, but you really want to incorporate lots and lots of gluten, so it's time to get the workout in. No need for a gym membership after this. All right, it definitely can get a little tiring doing this, so one thing I recommend is slapping it with the rolling pin to help flatten it out. And then you can then more easily fold it, because keep on folding it, it will use too much energy. So it's a good way to take any aggression out you have. And fold. And then smash it. All right, we have our dough over here. Nice and looking good. I'm now gonna place it into a greased Cambro over here. You can use just a bowl, plop it down in there. I'm going to cover it, and we're now gonna let it rise for about an hour until doubled in size. While those rise, let's make the scallion cream cheese. It is so easy, and it elevates your cream cheese. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scallions that you wash, and you're just going to slice them up, and those little slices added into the cream cheese are going to add so much flavor and color. It is going to take your cream cheese game to the next level. Let's now take all of our scallions. We're going to transfer them into there, and literally just take a spatula and press it all together. Now, one thing that's very important is my cream cheese has come to room temperature before I did this, so that it is easier to mix together, and that is literally it. That is it. That is how you make scallion cream cheese, and when I see you next, my dough will be risen. Check out how much that rose. It is now doubled in size. It is actually better to let it just double in size or a little bit lower than to go more than doubled in size, because you do not want to overproof it. Now we're just going to get it out of here. Look at that block of dough. We are now going to cut it into 12 evenly sized pieces. So I like to do that by just either cutting them in half and then cutting each half into thirds and then thirds in half. Or if you want to be super precise, you can also use just a scale, measure the whole thing, and then divide that by 12. But you know what? I'm just going to do by eye this time. You can do either one. Cut that into thirds. There we go. Thirds. And then in half. And then obviously you just want to make sure that they look as good and even as possible, so that we have 12 evenly sized balls of dough to make our bagels. Now grab your piece of the dough and use your hands to just form them into nice, round, perfect balls, just like that. And then you're going to take your thumbs, you're going to press them in the center, make a hole to then form the iconic bagel shape, just like that. And you really want to make sure you kind of overdo it, bigger than you think it's going to be, because it will expand and also make the hole smaller. So that looks perfect. And now repeat with the rest of your dough, forming into a nice ball, then taking your fingers, sticking them in there, and then just going around to make a nice even cylinder with about a 3 to 4 inch diameter hole on the inside that you can look through. Bam, 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 and repeat with the rest of your dough. Once your bagels are formed, grab a large pot of boiling water, and to that add in some brown sugar and whisk it up. The brown sugar will add some great color to the bagels. All right, now we're going to take our bagels, and we're going to now place them in the water with the nice side down, and we're going to boil these for 1 minute per side. And this is the secret to New York style bagels. It is not the water in the bagel, it is the water that you boil the bagel in. That is what gives the outside a nice crunch and the inside a nice chew, because we are part cooking it in the water. And now we're going to do that for about 1 minute per side. We're going to flip, cook on the other minute for 1 minute side. Same thing. And after a minute, flip onto the other side and cook for another minute. Then after that, we are going to then transfer them, drain off the excess water, and place them onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and repeat with the rest of your bagels. Now just brush them with an egg wash all over to get a nice golden brown crust. All right, now we're going to bake them in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And you may notice on the bottom of the oven, I have a baking dish filled with water that is then kind of adding tons and tons of steam in there. I'm gonna pop in our third one as well, and then it is time to bake them for time number 1. All right, they're now halfway done cooking. Time to take them out and top with the everything bagel seasoning. Time for the everything bagel seasoning, but first we're gonna take some beaten up egg whites, and that is the perfect way to stick them on there. So you're going to brush with the beaten egg white, then you're going to take your everything bagel seasoning, you're gonna dump it on there, bam, give it a little boom, 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 to fully coat. Ooh, look at that, a nice coating, and you're going to repeat with the rest of your bagels until they are all coated in everything bagel seasoning. This is so exciting. We are almost done. It is almost bagel eating time. Bam. Our beautiful bagels are now covered in their seasoning. We're gonna bake them now for about 5 to 7 more minutes until they're beautifully golden brown and delicious. And let's take them out and look at those beautiful homemade everything bagels. I just want to eat one right now, but they need to cool. It is my favorite time of all. It is time to eat. I'm gonna take our bagel, we're gonna grab a serrated knife, we're going to cut that. Ooh, look at that beautiful outside. Okay, and let's open it up. Look at that. That is a real deal bagel. Now we're going to take our scallion cream cheese and we are going to spread it on there. Ooh, oh my God, this is going to be absolutely delicious. Spread, spread, spread. And now, let's just, you know what, let's do an open face sandwich. Cheers to everything bagel goodness. That is incredible. Your favorite bagel shop has nothing on this. There's just something special about a New York style everything bagel. You have that everything bagel seasoning over there, which has the iconic flavor, the crunch, all the different textures. The bagel itself has an incredible outside crust that has a little crunch. The inside is perfectly chewy. It is everything you could ever want in a bagel and more. If you want the full recipe, it is on eitanbernath.com. And if you haven't already, be sure to like this video. Comment down below, what is your favorite type of bagel? You can obviously make this bagel with any type of topping and any type of thing on the inside, any type of cream cheese. Have fun with it. Bagels are to be eaten and enjoyed. All right, if you need me, I'm gonna be eating all these bagels because who said I have to share them?